Most discussion of A House of Dynamite repeats the same claim. The ending is ambiguous. We're told we don't know whether the missile hit Chicago, and we're told we don't know whether the president ultimately retaliates. Director Kathryn Bigelow and writer Noah Oppenheim have leaned into this interpretation, framing the finale as an open question meant to provoke debate. But within the internal logic of the film itself, that ambiguity doesn't really exist. If you take the movie seriously on its own terms, its portrayal of nuclear doctrine, strategic constraints, command and control realities, and the president's actual decision space during the Marine One sequence, the outcome is effectively predetermined. The film doesn't leave us with multiple plausible futures. It constructs a system in which only one future is possible, and then cuts to black before showing it. Within that system, 5 conclusions follow almost inevitably. First, Chicago is destroyed. The movie repeatedly establishes that the incoming strike cannot be intercepted, diverted, or recalled. The countdown is real. The decision-makers understand this. There is no credible off-ramp that saves the city. The film may cut away before impact, but the strike's success is never meaningfully in doubt. Second, the president selects a well-done major attack option. The film is explicit that the remaining choices fall within a red band MAO set, options that are not symbolic or limited, but decisive. The advisors rule out restraint not because of emotion, but because doctrine, alliance credibility, and deterrence logic demand a response that demonstrates resolve. A no-launch option is treated not as moral courage, but as system failure. Third, that MAO is focused on Russia and its DPRK partner, not a generalized global strike. The film carefully narrows the enemy set, repeatedly framing the crisis as a bilateral, or at most trilateral confrontation. This matters, because it grounds the retaliation in real-world targeting logic rather than apocalyptic fantasy. The president is not ending the world out of nihilism. He is following the structure presented to him. Fourth, that choice commits the world to full-scale nuclear war. This is the point most ambiguous ending interpretations miss. The film doesn't need to show Russian missiles launching, because it has already shown us the conditions under which they must. Russian SSBN posture, automated retaliation safeguards, and clearly stated red lines are all established earlier. A U.S. MAO that strikes Russian strategic assets, even one designed to be controlled, cannot remain limited. The escalation ladder collapses immediately. Finally, the only real unknown is which MAO is chosen, not whether retaliation occurs at all. The film presents several variants, different target sets, different sequencing, but none that plausibly avoid catastrophe. Once the president accepts the premise that he must choose from within the red band options, the end state is locked in. This is why the ending isn't structurally ambiguous, even if it is formally ambiguous. There is a crucial difference between cutting to black before showing an action and leaving multiple outcomes genuinely open. A House of Dynamite does the former, not the latter. It constructs a closed system in which every available decision leads to the same result, then refuses to depict that result on screen. The final images, Raven Rock activating, sirens sounding, continuity of government protocols snapping into place, are not neutral. They are confirmation. These systems are not spun up for hypotheticals. They exist for one reason only, the expectation that the worst has already begun. Bigelow and Oppenheim can truthfully say they never show Chicago's destruction or the missile launches. But the film's logic makes those events unavoidable. The ambiguity exists only at the level of image, not outcome. A House of Dynamite doesn't ask whether nuclear war happens. It quietly answers that question, then cuts away before the last 10 minutes, the part where the consequences become impossible to ignore. It's not an undecided ending. It's an ending that refuses to look directly at the inevitable. I've pasted the text exactly as you provided. Would you like me to analyze these specific plot points further or find similar critiques of the film?